Hi guys, it's Ella. So I am finally doing my Booktubeathon wrap-up. Yay! I am initially going to tell you about the graphic novels that I read, and then I'm going to tell you about all the books that I read. I am actually really proud of my Booktubeathon performance. I didn't expect to do as well as I did. So let us get started. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you about is The Infernal Devices, Clockwork Angel. This is by Cassandra Clare. This is the graphic novel, or I guess the manga. This I actually enjoyed. I think it was more nice to kind of revisit the story as well as the characters without having to read a 400-page book that's really long. And so this was actually really nice. One thing that I do have to say that was disappointing is the fact that both Jem and Will look exactly the same, like the same character, except with different coloring. Like they're not twins. Just saying. So that was actually kind of unfortunate. Other than that, it was nice to kind of revisit the story. So I gave this, I think, 4 out of 5 stars. Then I read Today is the Last Day of the Rest of Your Life by Uli Lust, and this was actually on my TBR. I'm pretty proud of myself. This is a graphic novel about 7 months of the author's life when she was young and she was living in Austria. This was enjoyable, but I feel like in the beginning we don't get a whole lot of information, and then towards the end we just get an influx of stuff. And the story kind of gets longer and longer as you get to the end. So while I did enjoy this, I think I gave it 3 stars. It is really long. I just didn't think it needed to be this long. Like I said, I did enjoy it, although trigger warning, huge trigger warning for rape in this. Next on my list is Rat Queens, Volume 1, Sass and Sorcery. This is the bind-up of the Rat Queens graphic novel. I absolutely love the art in this. It is so good. I don't know why, but like this is my favorite illustration in the whole thing. I know it's a little twisted, just go with it. I am starting to think more and more that I will pretty much read anything that Image Comics puts out. I definitely enjoy these quite a bit. So strongly recommend this one. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. Cannot wait to read the second one. Love it! Next, I read Lumberjanes. This is about a Girl Scout camp. It's really juvenile, although it is still good. The art is really colorful, and the story is super easy to follow. This was a super quick read. I think I read this in a half an hour. I mean, it is really short. The fun fact about this is that it is done by all women. So, fun fact. I did enjoy it. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna try Volume 2, but I don't know. It wasn't one of my absolute favorites, so I gave it 4 stars. Next, I read Low, The Delirium of Hope. This is a graphic novel done by the same guy who does Deadly Class, which I absolutely love. This was a little disappointing. It's like a little bit like Saga-ish, sort of, but not really. The art is really good, although it can be a little busy at times, so either I'm not used to reading graphic novels or I'm not smart enough to get it, but some of the pictures were a little bit confusing. Although I did enjoy it. I think I gave it 3.5 stars. You know, I don't know. The story was just a little bit funky for me. The main character is all about hope and kind of positive thinking and stuff. And while that is a good thing to portray, I just think it was pushed a little too much. So 3.5 stars for this one. Next, I read Miss Marvel, No Normal. This is Volume 1 of Miss Marvel comic. I love this. This is about a girl who is Pakistani and she becomes a superhero. It's basically about the main character finding out who she is and where she fits into both her society, her neighborhood, how she feels about it. It's a very much a coming of age story, but I definitely would recommend it. It was really a lot of fun, and I will definitely be continuing on with these. Oh, 5 stars, duh. And the last graphic thing novel that I read was Fables, Volume 2, and this is by Bill Wingham. This is also another graphic novel. Now, this is Volume 2. I did read Volume 1. I enjoyed it, I mean, for the most part. The problem that I have with these are it doesn't follow one big story. It's kind of chunks and bits and pieces. And so it's not just one big story to follow. It's kind of like reading short stories of various lengths because some stories take out one edition, some stories take up 3, 4. So it really depends on which one you're reading. I like some, I don't like others, so I gave this 3 stars. So I don't know if I'll be continuing on with the series. Probably not. But still a good story. I definitely think quite a few people would enjoy this story. The art is really great. The stories, at least the ones that I liked, were excellent. But on the flip side of that, the ones that I didn't enjoy were really quite dull. So I think I gave this 2 stars. Now on to the actual books that I read during the Booktubeathon. First, I read Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. This is an autobiography. It's got pictures and stuff in here as well. I actually really enjoyed this. It's a really light read while still being really entertaining and kind of coming across with like almost a moral to the story. Really funny, really easy, light read. So I would definitely recommend this. I gave this 4 stars. Next, and if you guys have been watching my videos throughout the Booktubeathon, you'll know that I struggled with this one. The struggle is real, y'all. I read Black Ice by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is about a girl who goes hiking up in the mountains. You know, her and her best friend get stuck in a blizzard, and so they need somebody to kind of help them because her car is stuck, they don't have any provisions. They meet up with these 2 guys, and these 2 guys say that they will help them off the mountain, but there is more to it than just that. I really had a hard time with this. I think the main character was really naive and kind of annoying and really gullible. Not only that, but the story was predictable. I unfortunately kind of figured out who did it way before her main character did. While I see why she didn't figure it out, I don't know. I found it frustrating. I definitely see why a lot of people would like this story. It is intriguing, it is fun, but other than that, I really struggled with this one. Even though this isn't a paranormal, I feel like a lot of the story was a little bit unbelievable. I don't know. I was a little underwhelmed, to be quite honest. Also, for the longest time that I thought that was a girl on the cover. Yeah, it's a guy. Just for the record, it's a guy. But I gave this, I think, 2 stars. I wasn't too terribly thrilled with it, but I mean, it was okay. Next, I read Charm and Strange by Stephanie Cooen, and this is messed up. I can't even describe this book without giving it away, so I'm not going to say a whole lot about it. It is told from a point of view of a guy who is going to boarding school in alternating chapters, present and past, but the way it's told, you can't fully put the pieces together until the very last, literally 50 pages. I just checked, and it's so good. Definitely trigger warning for trauma. Let me just say that. I did think that this was gonna be paranormal, but it wasn't. I don't want to give this book away because while it was really good, I feel like going into it blind is probably the best thing to do. And so just know that I gave it 4 stars. It is really short, so I would encourage more people to read this. Seriously, get on it. Just because I feel like it has a good story to tell and it's a very unique look at the subject matter. So 4 stars. Next and last is Across the Universe by Beth Ravis. I've been so excited to read this book. I couldn't wait to read it, so I finally picked it up on the last day of the Booktubeathon, read the whole thing through. Love it. This is a sci-fi about a girl who gets cryogenically frozen with her family to be put on a spaceship to be flown to a new planet because there's something wrong with Earth. Well, there's people on the ship that are supposed to, you know, kind of fly the thing and take care of everything and take care of the people that are frozen. But somehow our main character gets unfrozen. Somehow our main character gets unfrozen quite a few years before the journey ends. And so it's her story of trying to figure it out. However, it's not just that, because this is told from switching points of view. The upcoming ship kind of captain, if you will, and her. And so I feel like it's both their story just because they are alternating points of view. I found this very good. I gave it 5 stars. While there was some plot holes, I feel like this is the first book in a trilogy, so maybe they will be sewn up later. Also, the ending was a little bit funky because I don't think anybody could be that understanding. If you've read this book, you know what I'm talking about, and let me know down in the comments if you would do what... Yeah. I know, I'm being cryptic, but I don't want to spoil it because it's right at the end. Anyway, definitely 5 stars. I love the way how it was written. It was really light while still kind of keeping an edge of mystery and all of that. So 5 stars, strongly recommend. Go read it. All right. So these are all the things that I read during the Booktubeathon. I read 11 things during the Booktubeathon. I did hit, I think, most of the challenges. Oh, I didn't read the last name thing, unless I did it by accident. Oh my god, I hit all the challenges! Because the author's name starts with a W and my last name starts with a W. So I hit all of the challenges. I had an excellent Booktubeathon. It was so much fun. Let me know if you participated and how you did and if you had fun, even if you didn't hit all the challenges and stuff. I am super proud of myself. Like, I can't... I legitimately didn't think that I was going to do this well. So that's it for me. Let me know what you've been reading recently, and let me know if reading is a little bit harder after the Booktubeathon. I feel like I was way more motivated to read during the Booktubeathon. Is that just me? I hope not. Let me know down below. All right, so let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns. All that stuff goes down in the doohickey. And I hope you have a great night, and I will see you soon. Bye. My lipstick is super bright. Why are you so bright? All right, well, we'll just have to go with it. Such is life.